All right, all right, all right. How is it going, everybody? Hope all y'all are having a solid Monday here as we get started here. Sorry, I think this is the second week in a row I've come in here just a wee late. I apologize. Donating plasma again here. So, yeah, I got here just a couple minutes later than I was hoping to because I do go to the other side of Council Bluffs here to go ahead and take care of that. So, took me a little time to get over here, but I'm here, ready to talk, have some fun with all of you guys, and just get away from some things for a while here. Hope all of y'all, like I said earlier, are having an awesome Monday here as I see a few awesome folks here going in the chat here, chatting up, saying hellos, their greetings to me and everyone else there, of course, because it's never fun just when it's just me, of course. Speaking of those people, we got Collaboration of Curiosity saying good day. Good day to you, COC. Good to see you here. We also got Adam McReynolds. Adam, I don't know if I've seen you here. Welcome aboard, man. Good to see you. Hope you've had an awesome Monday. We also got Craig's Catfish Cave in here saying hello to all. Hello to you, Craig. Hope it's been an awesome day, man. Jeff Kane, how's it going, Jeff? Hope you've been having an awesome day there as well. Let's see who we else got in here. We also got one of the 5 awesome moderators now. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. That's not good. Hold on. Somewhere I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. See if we can get that the heck out of here somewhere, whatever that's coming from. Oh, it's actually coming from my phone. Don't know how my stream ended up starting on my phone, but there we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. Who else are we at? Oh, yeah, Peplin, one of the 5 awesome moderators here. How's it going, Brian? Hope you're doing good. Also saying hello to Mrs. Freak, who should be on her way home here from work here pretty soon here. I'll be sure to tell her that you said hi, though, of course, too. See who else we got here. Chat, please don't jump down on me. That sounded terrible. But Vibes Aquatics also here. Good to see you, Vibes, as always. See who else we got here. Foxy's Fishies. Good to see you, Yeah, I almost want to say Foxy's Fishies instead of just Foxy's Fishes. I don't know why. That's always just been a thing with me for some reason. But remember now, for 8 months in the P-Pepper tier. Appreciate you, Foxy, for all the added support there. And those of you maybe wondering, how do I join the tier of the membership squad, like what Foxy and some other guys are here as well? All you gotta do is go down to check out that little join button. I also have a link in each video and live stream description. You can find it there as well. And all you gotta do is pick any level there, even from the P-Puffer tier. Even there, you can go ahead and unlock some puffer emojis because if you follow the channel, you gotta like puffers to some extent because, well, that's kind of a big thing here. And no matter what the level you do, it's all equally as appreciated as the last one. In the coming months, as I've said here frequently now, it is going to get altered a little bit here, obviously, depending on what we do for new benefits and such that I can maybe deliver a little bit better. We'll talk more about that when it comes to fruition. But in the meantime, still gives you priority in certain chats like this and unlock some puffer emojis. And that's pretty cool on its own, if you ask me. That, and it's also a good way to show a little extra support and help me continue to do what I do here, if that interests you. But if not, no worries. We also got Fish Fam Link here as well, saying thank you for 8 months. And thank you, Fish Fam Link, for all you do for the Fish Fam. Another one of my awesome moderators there. The most recently added one on top of it. See here, who else do we have? Loody-doody-doo. June's here, only Oscars. How's it going? Saying hi, everyone. Hi to you, June. Hope it's been a good one. My chat jumped on me big time as I did that earlier. There we go, jumping down. Boom, here we are, bottom of the chat here. Oh, Foxy saying hello to some folks. Vibe saying hello to some folks. Jeff and Craig all saying hi to folks. All right, looks like we're caught up for now. So yes, as y'all can tell by the title here, wanted to talk a little bit about just, there's nothing more stressful than, even for an everyday person like us or everyone else, to move locations. Like, what if you're moving out of an apartment, a house, a townhome? it can be stressful. Don't get me wrong. Because I mean the logistics of moving all the furniture and trying to get all the legal mumbo jumbo, the paperwork, the dollars and cents figured out. It's a hassle. Trust me, I get it. And then once you're done with all that, then you sit here and probably think for a minute, oh crap, what am I going to do about the fish, right? Hey, like especially with me, like once upon a time when I moved out of my old apartment in Atlantic, which is about an hour away of where I live here now currently, it was a bit of a process, and it was also a process because we weren't able to do anything all in one trip there. Now, depending on how many tanks you have, you may or may not be able to do it in one trip. So you may not be able to do it in 2 or 3 trips. It kind of just depends on what you all have in terms of size of tanks and tank quantity overall. I can tell you now, if I were to ever move from this place, it would probably take more than one trip because I have, well, let's see, 4 tanks that are 6 foot or bigger. So that by itself would be quite a hefty bill. And I mean, 275s, a 55, and then 46 bow and some 40 breeders and all that. I mean, the space adds up very, very quickly. So it can be very, very stressful, as Craig here does point out. Yeah, it's very stressful. It's a nice workout though too. But so, what are some ways that maybe you can do to maybe lessen this burden up here a bit? Well, I mean, of course, in my opinion, I never start moving fish also to until you start, until the other house is ready to move stuff in. That is me. And honestly, it might end up being one of the last things you move out with your bed. That's me. One of the last few things I will move out of my household is the couch and TV, because as long as I do that, I can do something to occupy myself here. I'll also not move the bed until one of the last things, because until all my stuff is over in the other house, I'm not fully ready to call it a night there or hang my hat there just yet. Or, of course, after all of that stuff, the last thing you would probably do for sure then is probably the fish. So after you get all your furniture, main furniture and such, and maybe some kitchenware and your bed and all that over, that's when I start bringing over the fish. Because it's like, well, if you can sleep over there, then, well, it gives you a little more inspiration to get everything out of here and over there because, well, you're sleeping over there now. So, which is exactly how I did it last time and probably how I would do it here whenever, if ever the day comes where me and my wife decide the heck with this and mosey elsewhere. But lost my train of thought. I really got to start writing these points down, guys. While I try to figure it out, we also got Legacy Hobbyists here. How's it going, Melvin? Melvin Reef Legacy in the logo. I should know what that fish there is in your logo, Melvin, as I do know it's a saltwater. I almost wanted to say Emperor Angel, but I know that's not what that is. Looks like some sort of angel, though, or maybe a tang of some sort. I don't know. My saltwater fish knowledge is not as good as some other things of mine on a hobby here. So, question one, some people may wonder. How do you move fish over, from one location to another? Well, obviously, part of this depends on your fish's size. Like if you're just working with tetras or fish that maybe only get like 6 to 8 inches at max or less. What I usually like to do, see if I can grab one of them over here. Of course, I got them all conjoined up here and such. What I do is get some of these buckets. I know some people may think that's a little weird, but I mean, yeah, clearly Home Depot's an option. Here in the Midwest, Baumgart's is another option. You can get all sorts of these stuff. And I mean, usually for a bucket and a lid, you can sometimes only pay about $5 per deal, which obviously if you get a ton of them, it can add up, but it's still a great way to do it. And what you can also do is, if you want to really get fancy and say you got like a long trip, like an hour or plus or something, what you can do, get yourself a little screwdriver and poke a little hole on the top of the lid here. And what that allows you to do is to feed some airline hose through your lid here into the bucket and water where all your fish are, or whatever fish you are holding in there for the trip back. And if you have like a little, say like USB operated pump or a battery operated pump, you can go ahead and stick that in there and it'll also give them air. And if you want to even take that a step further, some people just put an air stone in these buckets. Um, I, on the other hand, even go a step further. So me, on the other hand, instead of just putting an air stone in there, I'll put a little sponge filter on these little airline deals. Put it through the lid into the bucket, and in the bottom of the bucket, not only are you giving your fish air, you're filtering that water a little bit for them as well. And what you can also do to make sure that this does proper filtration, go ahead and drop this little sponge filter in the tank here, say maybe a couple days before you mosey on out of town here or move to your new location here. And it'll help filter the water there and definitely help you buy a lot of time. And then really all then you have to worry about is one, just make sure you don't shake up the buckets too much. Two, just make sure the water doesn't get too hot or too cold. And as long as you maintain that, then it's worked like a charm for me every single time. Just get the fish there and yeah, try to stress them out as least as possible. And if you're adding air and giving a little filtration, I mean, those buckets are only about 5 gallons. I mean, a sponge this size is graded to do about 20 to 25 gallons. And you can usually get these, they kind of vary depending on where you live, but I've got them as cheap as like $9. Sometimes I think the most I've ever spent is like 12 or 13 for one of them. So they get up there a little bit. They also got 10-gallon grade sponge filters, which would do just fine. And that's one way to move your fish. But Austin, some of you might say, what about like I have like an arowana, or I have like Oscars, or like myself with a Mabu puffer, or Finley, my Fahaka puffer, who's about 15 plus inches almost right now. They could go in one of those buckets. Well, a Mabu puffer near full grown probably couldn't, but and an arowana probably couldn't either, depending on its size. So what do I do about those? Like, how do I get those out of here? Well, there you can use a cooler. And I would make sure that it's a cooler that has latches that'll hold down your lid. And a plus about a cooler is that it can also help hold the temperature a little bit longer than like what say these buckets were. And perhaps say if this is an older cooler, or maybe just a cooler that didn't cost too much but does the trick here, and say you want to even do what I said earlier. Again, grab a drill bit through the top of the lid there, and boom, stick your airline hose, sponge filter again, and there you go. That's how you move the fish over. And the cool thing about coolers is they can also hold a lot of water or there too, which can also, I mean, if they're swimming in their own water that they're used to, that can also help lessen the stress. I saw a couple other folks here as I was rambling going on here. Whew. Got Fishy on tanks here saying hello, everyone. How's it going? And Fish on, I believe it was you that messaged me earlier in one of my shorts there while me and my wife were on Lake Michigan or something. I think it was you. If it was, I totally forgot that, yeah, someone there lived in Milwaukee. And I didn't think a thing about it until I saw the message there. I'm like, oh. And yeah, I felt like someone was reaching out there, but I want to say it was you, Fishion. I'm like 90% sure. But then again, I have been wrong plenty of times before. So there's that. Okay, Melvin, so it's a powder blue tang. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking angel at first, but it didn't sound right. But all right, tang would have been my second guess. So all right, I'll take a little bit. I'll take some points for that, right? Hey, do. Vibes is whoop. And the chat jumped on me again. Do. I gotta quit saying that because that sounds terrible. Lurking and aquarium maintenance. Hey, that's all right. Just did a little bit of aquarium maintenance there yesterday. I know, naughty. Not supposed to work on Sundays, right? Well, depending on who you ask, I guess. But yeah, just did a whole bunch of those myself there earlier. Bunch of fish tank maintenance, cleaning the homes for the fin friends down here. Andy Carson, how's it going? Double buckets help insulate because of their air between the buckets. That's another way to do it, absolutely. Obviously, well, the only reason I don't do it is since I have like 17, 18 running tanks right now, whatever it is. That would add up a lot. Something that I also like to do with the buckets, like with some of my larger aquarium, well, not maybe so much larger aquarium, but some of the aquariums, is I also like to transport a lot of my aquarium water over too, enough to where it's maybe just like like a small fish or water change for some. Hey, I was about to say fish change. What's a fish change? But I don't know. That's something I also try to use the buckets for. Obviously, the water is not the key thing to making sure that the bacteria and all that stays as it is. I mean, what you do there mainly is, I mean, the cool thing is, especially with me and having like canister filters, is, I just make sure that, before we leave or whatever, maybe like a week or two beforehand, I make sure that they're not like disgustingly gross full of stuff there. I want to make sure that, yeah, there's still bacteria that, is going to filter the water and get it to where as we need it. But I also want to make sure that, um, I also want to make sure that we also have it not totally too clean, because we want to keep some of that bacteria in there too. That'll, once we put new water in some of these aquariums, it'll help cycle it a little bit faster while we hold them in some their temporary containers and such, which I don't like to do any more than I have to. I don't want to keep fish in their tiny containers any longer than I have to. So another way to do it, or at least how I sometimes do it. But yeah, doubling up the buckets, that's another way to insulate them too, and also kind of help maintain the temperature. If you have like fewer tanks or want to get all the buckets that you can. do, 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 do. Oh, who do we got? We got Rye Guy joining the chat. How's it going, Rye? Good to see you. Giving the wave, the little blue fish and 100. Appreciate you stopping by here as always, man. Let's see here. Fishion, okay, so that was you. I thought, I could have swore, because I was like looking at the logo and the name there again. It's like I've seen him plenty of times there, and I felt like he was the one that kept saying that he was in Milwaukee. But yeah, alas, my memory is horrible, as I just kind of displayed here too. But I definitely think I'll be back in Milwaukee at some point, because the wife also, she really liked Milwaukee. She loves Lake Michigan and all that. Don't know why she didn't like Lake Michigan when we were by Green Bay, but I guess Green Bay and Milwaukee are also two very different places. Wife has already said that someday, hey, if I wanted to go move in or by Milwaukee, she's down. And I mean, I'm not going to put a timetable on say that would be, but I mean, hey, I'd love to live in Wisconsin, because I mean, I love fried cheese. Obviously, as some of you guys know, I'm a Packer fan, so there's that as well. Milwaukee, plenty of opportunity there as well. Not Madison's not too far away from it either. So, I mean, and yeah, you're right by one of the Great Lakes. Of course, winter is a much different animal up there than it is here in Iowa. But I don't know. I think I'd like it. I've pondered the thought a couple times. Melvin, here in the 510 here with our Mabu puffer, we have 20 brilliant rummy nose tetras. They're basically like, they're a rummy nose tetra with more of a shinier scale per se. And then we have 24 cardinal tetras in here with them. And so far, they have all gotten along swimmingly, I dare say. But you also see Mac over there in the corner. Well, you may not be able to see him all too well. Let's tilt this maybe over there a little bit more. There you can see the big fella. And he's starting to get bigger. Look at this guy. A reminder, this tank is 8 feet long, so I'd say he's not quite a foot. I'd say he's maybe about, I'd say he's well over 8 inches. I need to measure him again, but I would even say like he start to look like he's probably past 9. He might even be more around 10 at this point. He's really shooting up there, and his eating habits, like his appetite, is really starting to get crazy. Well, I mean, if you're going to talk about corn, Foxy, I mean, there's plenty of that here in Iowa too. Got a lot of that in Nebraska as well. But I mean, corn. I mean, I love me some corn on the cob. Give me some corn on the cob with like a pork chop or say steak or something. I'm all for it. Love me some good old fashioned corn on the cob. And here we go. We're talking about food on the channel. Every stream, I'm telling you, we always talk about food at some point. Well, I guess I started it with the fried cheese curds, right? Liquid Zoo Only Fins, how's it going, Matt? Saying good evening. Good evening to you, Matt. Hope all is good up there in Sioux City. Who else we got up here? Loo doo 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 doo. Fishing on, yeah, I'll definitely have to next time. Uh, Hopefully they have another. Hopefully I'll have to keep in touch with Foxy and Peplin to see when the next big fish swap is going on up there because I'm pretty sure if I had promised my wife another tour on Lake Michigan or something in Milwaukee, I think she'd be all over it. Especially if they had like a shipwreck tour up there in Lake Michigan as well that we really wanted to do because we love that kind of history and such, as eerie as it might be sometimes to some perspectives. But thought it'd be kind of cool there. Might have to come on over there and check that out there at some point there. But yeah, next time we come through Fishion, yeah, I'll say something here on the channel, so because otherwise, knowing my memory, I'll forget again because that's just how my scrambled memory works. But next time, I'll definitely make a note here to make sure we meet up somewhere. Or yeah, maybe just come on over, see you just at the fish den there for you real quick, and yeah, we'll have to do something. Dennis Christensen also in here. How's it going, Dennis? Good to see you, man. Hope you're having an awesome Monday. As awesome as Mondays can be, as I always like to say, because Mondays, there's a point to them. Coral also checking in here, asking Melvin if he made a new channel. I think Melvin just likes to change his logo a lot too, or at least that's how I think it is there. But hey, you know what? Do you, right? Green Bay is on the Bay of Green Bay, not the main lake. That is true. That is true. Although I'm trying to remember where me and my wife, I don't know what a waif is, but like a wafer, something like wafer. I keep talking about food. I'm gonna make myself hungry. But my wife and I stayed at a hotel when we went to a Packers game in July or not July, but January of all things. Night and day difference for months there. But yeah, it was colder than all Antarctica. Well, maybe not really as cold as Antarctica, but it was dang cold. We had a motel literally on the shores of Lake Michigan. Like we could just literally step out on the deck of our room and just sit, and right in front of us, like maybe I'd say 50 yards ahead of us, maybe less, was the frozen shores of Lake Michigan. And even as it was frozen, man, it was pretty. I want to say maybe it was Appleton, Wisconsin. Maybe that was it. No, that doesn't sound right either. I can't remember either because I think Appleton's actually more further into the like mainland part of Wisconsin. I can't remember the name of the town. I'd have to look it up again. Going through the chat. Going through the chat. Yes. All right. Another one of the moderators in here. How's it going, Zen Ginger? The super mod herself saying howdy. Making tortellini. Half here, half lurking. Hey, half here is better than not here. So appreciate you dropping in here, Zen, as always. Appreciate all you do for me, this channel, and all the other channels that you moderate, because I know I'm not the only one you do. Not even close. She does dozens, it feels like. As does Matt, of course. Mr. Liquid Zoo, of course. Think Peplin, I think you do quite a few as well. Or at least I think I've seen you do a couple more there. Oh, Zach. And I feel like, yep, there it is. Or at least I presume that's what it is. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's great. All right, jumping down. Do. Jeff, yes. At some point, I do want to see Lake Superior. Absolutely. I mean, I hear it's crazy how big Lake Michigan was. Because I mean, look, I know the Great Lakes are huge, like huge, but Lake Superior, just hearing all that, I mean, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong there, fellow Wisconsinites in the chat, but I believe you got to go like way north Wisconsin to go see that. And it's yeah, I've heard a lot of stories that it's like a mini ocean or something, because I think it has like its own, oh, what the heck is it? I think Lake Superior like creates sometimes its own weather patterns, if I'm saying that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist, so I really don't know. But Steve C, big shrimping in the house, saying hello. Well, Hello, hello, hello to you, Steve. Hope it's been a good day for you. As a person that lived in Texas for over 4 years, I got your back, Zen. Yep. Ma'am and sir is a polite way to address in the old Lone Star State, whether if you're in the Panhandle, the Cape, or wherever you might be. Whether if I was in Lubbock, Odessa, Amarillo, Dallas, or San Antonio, wherever. Or not San Antonio, where was I? Oh, yeah, Fort Worth, otherwise. I would say that's not by Dallas, but yeah, wherever I was, sir and ma'am was always widely accepted. do, 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 do. Yeah. Ah. I presume you're talking about the Packers game there, Fishan. Yeah. I want to say when me and my wife got in there, so first and foremost, yeah, January, like, yeah, first week of January, and Vikings are there. Sunday night football on top of it. So not only is it cold, we're playing a night game at Lambeau Field in January. So, I mean, that kind of sets the stage there all by itself. And yeah, we walk in there. I think actual temperature before wind chill at kickoff was like 10 degrees. Halftime, it was like 4 or 3 degrees above zero, not including wind chill. And then as the game ended, I want to say it was like -4 or -5 as we left. It was really dang cold. And I mean, again, that's not including the wind chill. By the time we left, it was probably at least 10 below by the time we left. And I had never been to a football game where I was so layered up. Like, I had, like, I mean, obviously a t shirt, I had, like, a crew neck sweater, I had a hoodie, and I had my Carhartt overalls and such on there too with the Carhartt jacket. And somehow I still squeezed one of my Packer jerseys over that Carhartt jacket with all those layers on. I'm surprised I didn't start splitting some seams on there because I felt like a marshmallow man. I'm not gonna lie, or like felt puffy like the Michelin man. That's what I'm talking about there. But it was whew. And my wife had about the same amount of layers. I think she might have even had another layer or two than me. I mean, 3 layers or more of socks. And I mean, we had hot hands in our gloves, our shoes, our socks. Um, Other places, but it was yeah, it was cold. We came prepared, and while we did freeze our derrieres off, um, it was a lot of fun. Would definitely do it again, but I don't think my wife's ever going to let me bring us to Lambeau in January ever again. Not unless it's an abnormally, and by that I mean very abnormally warm day. If we ever go to Lambeau again, it's going to have to be like September, October, or November, probably at latest. And even November, you're starting to talk a little bit of coldness there. Who else we got in here? We got Crypt Keeper Aquatics. How's it going, Crypt? Good to see you. Did you change your logo there, Crypt? Or am I just been that unobservant here over the recent time here? Looks good, though. Looks very good. Do, 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 do. Hey, me too. I'm not watching the Fish Fam. I'm watching all sorts of other stuff. I'm watching gaming channels. I also like doing woodworking and such, hence why some of these stands are the way they are. Well, my father and I are actually both into woodworking, so that's kind of partially where I get it. I shouldn't say it just came out of the blue. Definitely got that from my father, and he got it from my grandfather. So it's kind of been a family thing, but I like watching that stuff too. So yeah, I'd say I'm addicted to YouTube as well. I watch a lot of things. Keep scrolling through the chat. Keep scrolling through the chat. Hope it doesn't keep jumping like that because I don't want to miss any comments or people. Jimmy P, how's it going? Saying, hey, Austin, look at all those flocks. Yeah, strangely enough, I'm actually thinking it might be getting time to maybe buzz this down a little bit here. It's starting to get a little knotted. These locks are starting to get a bit naughty, we'll say. It's a bit bothersome. That, and as you've probably seen here a few times, I've been pushing the bangs aside and such, and that's usually the indicator for me when it's like, yeah, it's time. It's time to buzz it. But yeah, I want to sit here. I mean, probably not going to go too short, though. I never like my hair too short. If my hair is too short, then my head feels naked, and that's just a weird feeling overall, especially since fall months and the cooler months here in Iowa are right on the horizon. I mean, I guess here with August and September, we still got a little bit of heat here left, of course, because really doesn't start cooling down for good here until about a week or two after Labor Day and such. Once we start getting in towards the middle of September, then we start cooling off a little bit. And then by late November, late November, early December, then we start getting cold. And by January, it's freeze your you-know-what off cold. Yeah, I thought so. Superior is huge. Lake Superior is huge. 10% of the fresh water. I didn't even know it held that much. God bless. That's a lot. Going through the chat. Yes, yes, yes. SC, how's it going? If you think Lake Michigan is cold, don't dip your toes in Lake Superior. So funny enough, actually by the Shed Aquarium, not by the Shed actually. Where was I? Maybe it was actually in Green Bay. No, it wasn't in Green Bay because it was way too dang cold. Somewhere, once upon a time, I did dip my toes, or feet, I should just say toes. I put both feet in Lake Michigan, and yeah, it was chilly. I've never seen Lake Superior, though. So, actually, funny enough, Lake Michigan is the only Great Lake I have seen thus far. Have not seen any of the other ones like Superior, Ontario, Erie, or what's the other one? I'm missing one because there's 5. Ontario, Superior, Michigan, Erie. I'm missing Huron, Lake Huron. That's the one I'm missing. Haven't seen the other 4 though yet, but at some point need to go see Lake Superior because it's huge and it looks really cool. All right, All right, it looks like. Greg, I'll send a shaver as well. Oh boy, shaving my head. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if I could do that, guys. I mean, to me, that's a lot of forehead. I don't know. For me, that's a lot of forehead. But especially when you go from this to this, I don't know. That'd be kind of shocking, I would think. But a little more than I'd want to do. But Paul McCarthy, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one. All right, guys. So I got a little something to share that actually I did go ahead and show here yesterday. I know not all of you were here though, or not yesterday, but last week actually rather. And I did post a video actually about it yesterday. I'm going to show all of you guys it right here, right now. I got to remember how to share the screen. Nope, that's not it. I need to share the screen. I need to share the screen. I need to share the screen. Why can I not remember how to share the screen? Oh, there it is. All right. Here we go. All right, guys. So for the longest time, as some of y'all know, I've been working on trying to get a merch store available for anyone who cares enough to look through it and such. And I am happy to say here, a few days ago initially, we finally got one up and rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here if my computer cooperates. There we go. Yes, yes. And before anyone asks, no, not all the shirts are in black. You can, black is an option for all of them, but some of these shirts do have multiple options. But yes, we finally have a merch store. But yeah, as I was saying, you can get it in certain other colors, like you can get red, green. I got a navy blue on this one. There's a charcoal gray on this hoodie if you want. And the cool thing is, too, depending on, all sorts of sizes. There's even, some of these even have extra large and tall sizes. So, yeah, thanks to Teespring, we finally got a store here. I forget that you got to click the back arrow for each time you change the color, which is slightly annoying, but. Oh, look at that. Zen and Matt, almost simultaneously. battle of the mods. Who will get on first? Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll put them both in there. That way they both get credit for their work. There we go. Appreciate you both, though, Matt and Zen. Absolutely appreciate you both. But yeah, as you can see, plenty of t-shirts here, different designs here as well. Of course, we've got the Stay Fantastic. And I mean, hey, as I said earlier, fall months are coming right around the corner. So we do have a hoodie here. A couple different hoodies here. One with the Finley Fantastic Freaks logo and then just the Stay Fantastic. Just keeping it simple there. We also have a total zip-up hoodie. I'm not sure what a hoodie is, but with the little chest logo on there as well. And I mean, hey, if you want to appreciate the last bits of summer, I mean, we got a tank top here as well. That's also in multiple colors. Sandals as well. Sandals are only in black, though, currently. There are some things that are only in one color. This is one I'm also kind of happy about. The graffiti shirt here. I need to get one of these on my over here yet. I've ordered a couple things here already for myself, but I mean, yeah, you can do the black, the charcoal, the navy again, the red, as suggested by one of my brothers because red's his favorite color. And the wife said that I got to get purple on there because she didn't like how the pink looked. And yeah, just graffiti-wise, saying Fantastic Freaks there. Unfortunately, I'm only allowed to do 5 colors of total selection because that's what Teespring allows. I might try to upgrade at some point. I'm not sure what upgrading all allows on this thing, but I mean, even if you're not in hoodies, we also got long sleeve tees. We got crew neck sweatshirts, bucket hats to anyone that likes them. I know a couple of y'all have been asking about towels. We do have towels here, as you can see. Yes, they are a little bit up there. Or they're not like just hand towels. These are like sporty towels, so like 20 inches by 40. And I mean, as you can see, a few different sizes there as well. I think each size only goes up about $5 or whatever it is or something. I set most of the prices to where, yeah, I'm making pretty minimal profit. Like some of these, I think it might even be less than $1. Like I'm not making a ton from these because as far as I'm concerned, if you guys are interested in getting any of this stuff, that's pretty cool to me all on its own. So yeah, to any of you guys that are interested or that have been kind of chiming about that a little bit here, I know not too many of you have been clamoring about it, but at long last, the option is here. As you can see the logo there, or the, not the logo, but the website address there. And as Zen and Matt both very graciously put in there, you can also click the link there. And yeah, there's no time limit on all this stuff. It's there for a while. I mean, at some point, some stuff will probably get cut out of the store here so I can put some new designs in there and such because obviously I have more than just Finley. At some point, I'll probably do shirts that, you know, go on my Cross River Puffer or focus on Mac or maybe Angelfish because, of course, Angelfish is a weak spot of mine as well. Maybe Goldfish because my wife loves goldfish. Or the Rainbow Fish because that's another weak spot of mine. You get it. All sorts of other designs coming up here soon. So definitely will also keep you all in the loop as those designs come to be. All right, here. What do we all got going on here? It's enough. All right, enough self-promotion. Yeah, I tried to keep the prices relatively low. I know Teespring isn't in order to get anything from it at all, you got to kind of put the prices high. Like they recommended that most t-shirts be $25. I'm sorry. I'm a person that for a YouTube channel, if you're going anything above 20, then I think it's too high. That's me. I was kind of hoping to put it more around $15 myself, or at least that's what I was kind of more hoping for. But I mean, I also don't want to, you know, lose money and then pay them to, you know, make any shirts because, well, that'd be counterintuitive to a degree. So, but alas, yeah, tried to get it to where it was somewhat affordable, at least. Or hopefully it's somewhat affordable. Adam McReynolds, absolutely, yeah. All live streams, all of any kind, whether they're pop-up or scheduled, always the replay is always available on my channel here. So by all means, if y'all ever feel like you gotta walk on out there at some point here, you can always watch the replay. They're always posted to my channel. And speaking of posting the channel here soon, and I've been saying this like the last couple of weeks, I want to say, I am going to post a fish room tour here very soon here. Obviously, with numerous tanks, that takes a long time to get done. I am on the final stretch of the recording part here, hoping to get that done tonight, and then hopefully get the video up dead latest by Friday. I'm hoping I can get maybe even more by like say I'm hoping more for Thursday at the latest, but Friday is the dead latest. I want to get it up there. So, but we'll see. The problem with these fish room videos, I mean, they're fun to show off. You know, it's fun to show off everything that is down here and such, but it's a lot of recording. It's a lot of editing. Mark Franklin, how's it going? Good to see you, Mark. I thought I saw something. Zippa Putty arrived today. Very high quality. Very good. Yeah, my wife was looking at that one too. I need to. Well, I'm more of a traditional hoodie person myself. If I get them, that's me. But yeah, gonna get that later on here. Like I say, there's still about a month and a half of pretty warm weather here still in Iowa. So gonna wait a little bit before I get myself a hoodie. But got a couple things here still on the way. According to Teespring, by the way, I also mailed to mention earlier, it does take about a week, I believe, for things to get made and shipped off to you. So, and then arrive or so. So give or take about a week if you do order anything or anything suits your fancy there that you saw earlier. Yeah, give it about a week. It does take a little bit of time. Unfortunately, not everything can be like Amazon and delivered in the next day or 2 days, right? It'd be cool though, but I'm sure it'd be way more expensive. Koro, so I don't think you were wrong in making merch affordable, but it's kind of interesting that so many YouTubers view making money through merch as less desirable when, like, for bands and things, merch is. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. For me, I want to make my merch affordable because I guess going deeper in what I said earlier, my thought is, hey, if you want to buy any of my merch and show me support like that, that's cool by itself. I mean, would it be cool to make extra money here and there, like substantial money off of merch? Sure, but I mean, it's not really the main reason why I do this. I mean, like that's not even the right path down it. My main thought is, hey, if you want to support my channel by putting my channel logo on a shirt and wearing that around wherever you walk and such, that's pretty cool to me by itself. Whether if it's a hoodie or if you buy the coffee mugs or the tumbler or the sandals, whatever it is, I think that's pretty cool by itself for me. So, you know what? If I only make just a couple bucks off of it here and there, and, you know, nothing that's going to get me rich quick by any stretch whatsoever, you know what? To me, that's totally fine. But yeah, bands, I mean, good Lord. A lot of the concerts I go to, their t-shirts at concerts and such are just, whew. Some of them are nuts. Some people want $40 for a t-shirt. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. That's just, I don't know, that ain't me. I could win the lottery, and I'm sorry, I'm not paying $40 for a t-shirt. I'm just not. I'll pay $40 for a hoodie. I'll pay $40 or $40 or better for a hoodie. Usually for a hoodie, once we start going above the $60 range, that's when I'm like, nope. Unless it's like something that I think is super, super cool, then I'll sometimes go ahead and, sometimes if I think it's super cool, then I'll give it an extra 10, $15 of leeway, like, okay. But very, very rarely. I usually have that threshold, like t-shirts. $30 is about my limit. And even at $30, it's got to be a t-shirt that I think looks pretty sweet. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Gina's Reef. I don't think I said hi to you yet. How's it going, Gina? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, this is another good way to put it, though, too. I think when a channel is small, merch is more for exposure. I'm not going to disagree. That is another part of it for me as well. Once you get big and build a name, that's when I think it's appropriate to bump up the prices. I agree. And I mean, I'm a long ways away from being a big channel myself. I mean, being over 2,000 to me is by itself pretty cool, but I mean, yeah, it's nowhere near like King of DIY or Aquarium Co-op or like John and Lisa of KG Tropicals or Big Rich and Ohio Fish Rescue and all that. I mean, who knows? I may never even reach that level. If I do, cool. If not, you know what? That's not the point. I'm just sharing what I love to do with other people that think the same. But at the same time, it's just I don't know. It's one of those things to me that yeah, it is partially also about exposure and getting your name out there. And maybe if they see that, then maybe some people Google like what is fantastic freaks, or if someone even likes pufferfish, because I know puffers are kind of a growing commodity in the aquarium hobby, then maybe that's what gets their attention. And they'll be like, hey, is that like a store? And then someone maybe can be like, no, it's a YouTube channel. And yeah, exposure is definitely a part of it too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is part of it. Part of me is just a matter of if people want to buy it, that's cool because yeah, it's like free advertising. And I call me crazy, but I think Google Ads is kind of a pain in the arse. I think so. I also am just kind of like what? I don't need to. I'm not going to try to promote my videos or anything. I'm just going to post it out there. I'm going to try to put some relevant tags that'll hopefully get the video out there at least a little bit. And if some of my videos end up going, getting recognized, cool. If not, well then, I still see a decent circle seeing my videos, and I'm content with that right now. Fish Fam link, absolutely. It's always great to have a place for the Fish Fam community just to come together. And I'm very happy and proud to be one of those outlets for people to do exactly that. Adam, yeah, buckle stores. I mean, I personally don't shop there very much, but yeah, I've had friends that in the past there that have. It's been a hot minute since I have, but ooh, excuse me. Ooh, got a little bit of a scratchy throat there. I apologize for that, guys. I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, Adam, walked into a buckle store once, and they had a plain white T-shirt for $65. I immediately walked out. Never been back there. Yeah, I've heard about that. Like a plain white T-shirt for $65. Like this was cotton made by the shores of the Nile River in Egypt. I don't care. Like, I don't care. A plain white T-shirt's a plain white T-shirt. I can go get a pack of 3 at Walmart. As much as I despise that place. Well, okay, I despise Walmart in bigger cities and bigger neighborhoods. Like if it's a smaller neighborhood and such, then I can do Walmart. That's me. Coro, dang it! A pony or just a little horse? I love it. Oh, the puns are real. The puns are real. But yeah, Adam, I'm with you though. $65 for a plain white T-shirt. I'm sorry. Hell no. Hell no. Way better things that I could put. I don't know. That's just me. I could do so many other better things to me, or do better things for me with $65. I mean, like, heck, that's almost like almost 2 tanks of gas. Maybe not nowadays, now that the prices are going astronomical, but you should price out a channel tee. Ooh, man. Or a Chanel tee. Ooh, man. Yeah, that's whoo. I've heard about those, and I'm right there with you. No, thank you. Tiffany napkins and such. Yeah, just some of the things that people can sell for buco bucks and all that. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. Oh, that's me. But I just realized we are 2 minutes to 6. Um, I don't know if anyone else are the metalheads going live here today. Here they didn't last week, so I'm not sure if they're are the metalheads going live, or is Scotty the Fish Freak going live here again today? Because I believe he also goes around the 6 o'clock hour as well. Do 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 do. My website's giving me notifications and I want it to stop. Just has similar. Oh yeah, like at work we talk about that all the time. Like there's so there's a steakhouse here in Omaha as well. They want to talk like they sometimes charge like $85 for like a 14-ounce ribeye or something. And I mean, don't get me wrong, some steak, yeah, can get way up there. But I'm also like, I'm perfectly satisfied with just getting a steak at like Texas Roadhouse or Outback or something. I mean, that's me anyway. I'm perfectly fine with just going there and getting a steak there and only paying about like a third or a quarter of the price. I'm sorry, $80 for a steak plus, can't do it. Maybe someday for a huge occasion, but like, nah, I'm good at Longhorn Steakhouse. I'm okay at Texas Roadhouse. I'm all right at Outback, among other places and such. I don't need to pay $80 for one steak. I don't need to pay, especially when I can go do that, get an appetizer and a beer for about half that price at Texas Roadhouse. Oh, nice. Steve C got some fry. Woo! Uh, I would butcher that name very, very hard, though, Steve. So I'm just going to show that up on the screen here for a second. And yeah, we got fish fry. That is cool, though. Yeah, I remember a couple times earlier when I saw angelfish fry. Obviously, all my angelfish now are in community tanks. So if they ever lay eggs, it's pretty quick that they get consumed and such. So one of these days I want to have a small little area in my fish room dedicated to just breeding some angelfish, because that is something I think I would like to try for someday here. Not sure on the timetable for that, but want to try breeding angelfish someday. $80 is far too much. I agree wholeheartedly, Paul. $80, too dang much. That is too dang much. Just I don't care what the cut is. I don't care what seasoning you did or what you marinated it in, whatever it is. I'm sorry. $80 is, well, you and I both said it. It's way too daggone much. It's way too much. Never ever will I do that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say never ever, because I did actually get suckered to it once. My wife and I it was the first time that that I came back after going to school in Texas. I had been away from her for about 6, 8 months at that point. She wanted to do something super special for me, and yeah, she ended up going ahead and taking me out to this really expensive steakhouse called Omaha Prime. Granted, it was good, but feel like we could have spent 160 plus, whatever it was. That might have been high or low. Felt like we could have spent that money a little wisely elsewhere. George RB3, how's it going, George? Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Brennan Steakhouse. Where's that at, Zen? Not fully sure. I will say this while we're on the steak topic. The best steak I've ever had is the Big Texan in Amarillo. That is amazing. And I will tell you all now, Big Texan steaks are the best steaks you will get anywhere in the United States of America. I said it. I said what I said. The Big Texan in Amarillo is where you will get the best steak anywhere in the country. I know that's not the first time I've said that here on this channel. I'm just saying, yeah, Big Texan, nothing beats it. Like, I would literally like make a trip just to make sure I can go to the Big Texan once or twice. Oh yeah, Zen, absolutely. If you should absolutely try getting there at some point. I'm telling you, the steaks there, magnifico. It is amazing. All right, I got a couple more minutes here. I know Scotty usually goes at 6 here. I believe the metalheads get going at 10 after here, so we'll try to cut it off here at least a couple minutes before then so people can refuel the snacks and the drink supply there. We're going from stream to stream. I believe Steamfot has something at 6:30 as well, if my mind serves correctly. Either way, a lot of streams coming up with one another. Yes, there are a couple in Texas, but they are a dress code kind of place. Yes, very expensive, and one of the few places I like an expensive steak. And Taste of Texas. All right. Yeah, there was a. I will say this: Big Texan, you definitely don't want to go in looking too casual. But I mean, you don't need look. You don't have to look totally great. I mean, I came in there with a pair of khaki shorts and a t-shirt myself, and never got really any looks. People don't really care as long as you're not, wearing anything too, modest, we'll say. Or maybe not modest, but that is, just wearing stuff that doesn't look crappy. Terry's Tropical Tanks. How's it going, Terry? Good to see you. The steakhouse I'm telling you to go to, Crypt, that is in Amarillo, Texas. It is actually right by the Amarillo Airport, on top of it, actually. And I'm telling you, Big Texan, it is the best steak you will get anywhere. It is great. You can get the ribeye, you can get the sirloin, you can get the T-bone. You cannot give them a wrong answer. Or if you really feel daring, they have a 64-ounce steak challenge. No, I never gave it a shot because that is a lot of freaking meat. At some point, though, maybe. Okay, so Steamfot's just 8 Eastern or 7 Central Time. Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's something about that just steak in Texas on top of it. I mean, the steak up here in Omaha is good, too, because Omaha beef. I mean, some Texas places actually get their steak and beef from basically right across the river here in Omaha. It's not across the river for them, but for me, it's right across the river. Some Texas places, won't say it, but they do sometimes get their steak from up here in Omaha. I know the Big Texan is not one of them, though. But yeah, the steak up here in Omaha, it ain't too bad, though, either. All right, let's see here. Ooh, 607. My goodness. Griffin Fish and Exotics. How's it going, Griffin? Got the scorpion in the logo. Nice. That's cool, actually. All right. All right, guys. Well, as much as I hate to do this, unfortunately, we got some other people coming up here shortly. One's already going here. So, guys, my wife's also going to be here soon, too. Probably ready for dinner. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce. But, guys, thank you all so very, very much for checking in here, for just seeing what we're up to here, and for the brief first 15 or so minutes there talking about moving tanks and such. If any of you got any questions, or maybe I didn't cover something that maybe you'd like to know a little bit more about, or maybe about like what I've done in the past, feel free to ask me in the comments below, to those of you that are watching the replay, or in the live chat. I'll see it later on either way here. But yeah, otherwise, I say if you want, go ahead. We got a merch store now here as well, with hoodies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, other novelties like sandals and such. So if any of that suits your fancy, give it a look here and such. Zen or Matt, if one of you could drop the link to that one more time here. So if people want. But yep, check that out. Like I said, there's no time limit on it. So at the same time, if you are looking at something but can't afford something right now, just know there's no rush. It's going to be around for a while. Before I start changing up some of the designs. I mean, if I do change up the designs, I'm only allowed to display 15 total products at one time. So they're not going to be there forever, but they're going to be there at least for a few months at least. So, and I'm already working on some other things here, because technically I could put one more thing in there. But yeah, we'll get to that later. But yeah, It is 6:08. The Metalheads will be live here soon. Scotty the Fish Freak, I believe, is already live here. Member stream for Steamfight here later on, and a little less than an hour at this point. So, yeah, looking for another stream there. Check out one of those three. But until next time, play safe. Going to try to have a fish room tour video coming out here later this week. Keep an eye open for that. And as always, thank you for checking out this live stream and for all your continued support. I'll see you all in the next video. As always, Fish Fam, y'all already know. Stay fantastic.